Hello guys, my name is Srinivas Rao. I am a Python trainer. I have 20 years of experience both in project experience as well as teaching experience. Today's concepts are, the first one is type checking. How to check the data type? Type checking. Second, typecasting. So, we have typecasting and implicit typecasting and explicit typecasting. Explicit typecasting, right. After learning this typecasting, then we will discuss about input function, taking inputs from the user. There is one function called input function. Then fourth we will discuss about sequence data. We had finished in previous video we had discussed about strings, and today we will be discussing about list. So, these are the 4 topics we will discuss today. Okay. How to check the type? How to check the type of a data variable, How to check the type, the data type of a variable. So, in Python there is one function called type function. Using this type function, we can check whether the given variable data type is whether it is integer, floating point number, string or boolean, whatever. Okay. So, this function called type function. So, what do you know? I will go to PyCharm. I will write a small program. I will write one program. For example, I declare one variable called x. X equals to 100. X equals to 100, and I want to know what is the type of this x. See, 100 is storing in x. So, the data type of this variable x is, there is one function called type function, type. Type in the brackets pass this x variable, okay, and print this, print type of x. The data type of this x is, and when you run this program, you will get output as class int. What is class we will discuss later in object oriented programming, but we got int data type, right. Same, now what I will do, I will change to 0.50, 100.50. Now, what is the type of 100.50? The data type of 100.50 is floating point number, that is float, class float. Okay. For example, now I will assign one string value now. Python programming, assign one string to this variable called x. I want to check what is the type of this variable. The type of this variable, string is storing, this Python program is storing x variable. I want to know what is the type of x. When I run this program, see here it is displaying what? str. Same, for example, I want to store some boolean value, for example, true, and when I run this program, you will get output as bool. So, this is called type checking, checking the type of a variable. Yes. Now, next is typecasting. Or you can say type conversion. See, in typecasting there are 2 things, one is implicit, there are 2 types of typecasting, one is implicit typecasting, and the second one is explicit. So, we will discuss what is the implicit and what is the explicit, what is the difference between implicit typecasting and explicit typecasting. For example, what I will do, I will declare one variable called 10, x is 10. So, the data type of x is what? It is int, right. Now, y equals to 20.5, y equals to 25. What is the type of y? The type of y is float. Now, I am trying to add integer with float, integer with float. What happens when you say z equals to x plus y? Automatically it will convert to floating point number. It's float. So, this is called automatically it converts to float. So, this is called implicit, it will convert implicitly. So, this is called implicit type conversion. Okay. Now, let us see the example. Let us see the example. I will go to PyCharm here. First example, for example, I will say x equals to 10, y equals to 20.5, x is integer, y is floating point number. Then I will try to add these two variables x plus y. Now, what will do? I will print z now, z. First, I will see the output of z, we will see the value of z, then we will check what is the data type of z. See, the output is what? 30.5, and also we will check the type of z. The type of z is floating point number, it is converted automatically. Yes, it is float. This is called implicit, sorry, very sorry. This is called implicit. Now, what will do the second one? Now, we will see the second one. The second one is explicit type conversion. Explicit type conversion. We have to convert, user has to convert from one data type to another type. User has to convert, it is called explicit, has to convert from one data type to another data type. Data type to another data type. It is called explicit type conversion. Type. For example, I will declare one variable called a equals to 10, a equals to 10, a equals to 10. I want to convert to floating point number. If you want to convert to another data types, we have some functions here. We have some functions, type conversion functions, they are called as type conversion functions. Explicitly it will convert from one data type to another data type. So, we have some type conversion functions. For example, there is one function called int function. This is not data type, it is function. This is function, and this function what will do? It will convert, this function will convert from one data type, any data type to convert to any data type to integer, any type to integer type or int type. This int function will convert any data type to integer type. For example, 10.5. See, this is the data type of this is floating point number. Now, I want to convert this 10.5 into integer. So, we have one function called what? Int function, int function. So, I will say for example, a equals to 10. So, I will say int in brackets, I will say a again. So, a is nothing but int of 10.5. So, when you convert to integer, this a becomes 10, okay. We will see practically. For example, a is 10.5. Now, I want to convert to integer. To convert to integer, so we have one function called int function. A, what I will do? I will reassign integer function int function in brackets, just give a here and then print a. Then print a, what happens now when I run this program, you will get 10. It is converted to integer, it is displaying 10. We also will also check the type, we will also check the type of this a now. Print the type of a. The type of a after converting, it is integer. We will see before converting. So, what we do here, before, after declaration of assigning the value, before conversion, I will try to check what is the type of a. This line number 2 is what? Line number 2 is before converting. This is before converting. This output is before converting and this output is after converting. So, here it will display float. Before converting it was float. Now, after converting it is int now, because here we converted here at line number 3 we converted here, right. Let me show you. So, type of a, line number 2 before converting, line number 6, 1 minute, let me just print only types, okay. Line number 2 output, line number 5 output, line number 2 output is what? Float. After converting to integer, the output is integer. So, this is a way to convert from one data type to another data type. For example, a equals to 10, so this is integer. Now, I want to convert to float. So, to convert to float, we have one function called float function. So, I will say float and in the brackets I will assign this value, I will give this, I will pass this argument a here. So, what happens now? This a will convert to float now. Now, when I print this a, it will display now, the output will be 10.0, not 10, it will be 10.0 because we convert to floating point number. And if you check what is type, it will be float. Okay, let us see. So, what will now? First I will assign one value called a equals to 10. Now, what will do? I want to convert to floating point number. So, I will say a equals to float function in brackets a. Now, this line number 2 will convert to float and next what I will do? I will print a here. Okay. Initially it was 10, after converting see the output, it is 10.0 and also we will check the type of a. The type of a is floating point number, that is float, right. Yes. Now, for example, a equals to 10, a equals to 10, b equals to 20, okay, b equals to 20, a equals to 10, b equals to 20. See, I am given double quotes. So, this is not integer, this is str, 10 is str and 20 is also str because I enclosed with double quotes. So, this is not integer, both are in strings strs. Okay. Then what will I will try to add these two, a plus b and I will try to print c. What happens? I am adding strings. Example, this is 10, double quotes, this is 10 plus 10, 10 plus 10, this is str, this is str, both are strs. What happens when you use this plus operator, concatenation operator, this we discussed in strings, what happens? It will join these two strings. So, final output will get 1010, not 100 because both are strs. both are STRs, we got output as, we will get output as 1 0 1 0. Okay, I will show you. Yes. Now, we will run this program and we will see the output of this program. When you run this, it will join, not add, because both are strings, we got output as 1 0 2 0. Now, my expected output is 30. My expected output is 30. I want to add, actually, I want to add these two numbers, but I got string. My expected output is 30, but I received as both are STRs. Okay. So, what to do? We have to convert. So, A equals to int in brackets A. Now, this STR will convert to integer. B equals to int function and pass this argument B, int B. Now, both became integer now. Okay. Now, 10 is integer, 20 is integer. Now, I will add and I will print C now. Yes, now I got 30. Why? Because here we converted line number 4. Line number 4 we converted from this, we convert from where from str to integer, we convert from str to integer. Now, we can add 10 plus 20. So, finally, you got output as 30. That is it. This is type conversion. Okay. For example, I will get like this. I receive this data like this, A is normal 10, B is normal 10. I want to convert, I want to join this 10 and 20. My expected output is 1020, not 30. My expected is 1020. Now, when you try to add this, what happens? It will add these two numbers, it will give sum, that is 30. No, this is not my expected output. My expected output is what? My expected output is 1020. I want to join these two numbers. So, using plus what happens? It will give 30, but I do not want 30, I want 10 only. So, what we will do? We will convert to STR, both I will convert to STR. So, we have one function called STR function. A equals to STR function and passes A. Now, this integer A become STR string, again B equals to STR brackets B. Now, both A and B will convert to string and now it will join these two strings. It will join these two strings. Yes, 1020. Okay. Now, we will see one last one. For example, A equals to 0 and B equals to 1. I want to convert to Boolean values, true and false. The value of A is 0, the value of B is 1. I want to convert to Boolean values. So, to convert to Boolean values, we have one function called bool function, BOOL, A and B equals to bool of B. Okay. Then what will do? I will print A and B. I will print A, then I will print B. Yes. Now, we will see what happens when I convert to Boolean values. See, 0 became false and 1 became true. So, this is a way to convert from one data type to another type. They are called explicit typecasting. Right. Now, we understand what is typecasting. Now, next topic is what? Next topic is input function, taking the inputs from the user. In C language, we have one scanf. Those who know C language, there is one function called scanf, and C++ we have one function called sin, SIN. What is this? Taking input from the user, taking inputs from the user, both cin and scanf. Same way in Python. In Python also we have one function taking inputs from the user, that is input function, input, this is function. Just like scanf function, just like cin function, we have one function called input function. So, input function will return string data type. Whatever you enter in input function, it will be string. It will be string. Okay. Let us see example. Let us see the example. Okay. See, earlier what we are doing? We are declaring, for example, A equals to 10. I am assigning the value in the program. Okay. B equals to 20. This also declaring variable here and assigning value here. Okay. And but this is static. I am assigning static, but I want to enter dynamically. This is static way and this is also static way, but I want to enter dynamically. This is also static. I am declaring program, a variable in the program and assigning value in the program only. So, this is called static way, but I do not want static way, I want dynamic way. I want to enter values through keyboard, I want to enter values through keyboard, not static, dynamically I want to enter. So, to enter dynamically we have one function called input function. We have one function called input function. So, input brackets open means user can enter dynamically through keyboard. For example, I enter 10 through keyboard. One more input function, okay, and it will prompt you to enter the value. Then I enter here 20. This input I will enter 10, this input I will enter 20. Now I will add C equals to example add, then it will give not 30, it will not give 30 because this input function will take as string. Whatever you enter, it will be string, not a number or integer. Okay. This also will take a string, and when I try to add this, you will get as 10, 20, not 30. Okay. That I will show you practically. Practically we will see. So, first I will declare one variable called A equals to, I want to enter dynamically through keyboard. Okay. User should input. So, there is one function called input function. B input function, okay. And what I will do, I will try to add C equals to A plus B, then what I will do, I will print C, Now, when I run this program, first here in the output area, it will display one message, it will not display any message, it will prompt you, but we do not know what is this prompt or not. See, when I run this program, it will prompt you here it will prompt you. So, user is confused what to enter here, okay, where to enter. So, for example, here I will enter 10 here, okay. Then I will press enter, again it is asking for this one, but I am not getting any message 20. So, 10 plus 20, 10 is str, 20 is str, both are strs, and when I press enter, we will get 1020. I am also not getting any message for the user. So, what I will do here in input function, I will pass one message here, what? Please enter number 1, for example, number 1 column. Here also I will put one message here, I will pass one message here, enter number 2 and column. Now, when you run this program, you will get one message, so that user will understand what to enter. See here, we got in output screen, we got this, please enter number 1, and now what I will do, here I will enter for example 100, I will enter 100. Then next I will enter 200, enter number 1 100, enter number 2 200. Then what do you do? I will press enter. When I press enter, 100 plus 200, as both are STRs, input function will take as STR, not integer, and when I press enter, it will join 100 200. But I want to add these two numbers. So what do we have? Type functions, right? We have functions, integer functions. It will convert from any data type to integer. So I will say here a equals to int function a. Now whatever you input, it will convert to integer. Same way b equals to int of b. Now whatever enter in b, it will convert to integer. Now I will run this again. When I run this again, it is asking a message, please enter number 1. So here what I will do? I will enter something called 100 for example. Next when I press enter, we will get another message, please enter number 2, please enter number 2. So what will you here? Enter 200, and when I press enter, now it will convert from it will at line number 4, it will convert from str to integer. 5 at line number 5 also it will convert from str to integer, and finally you get output as 300. But see here, instead of writing two extra lines, what I will do here? Here only I will convert. Here only. I will say int of input. Here also I will say int of input. At line number A only I will convert. Okay. So now we will see. So I will remove this line number 4 and line number 5. I will remove line number 4 and line number 5. And then what I will do? At the time of entering here only, before input function, I use this int function, int of yes, then int of yes, done. Then what I will do? I will run this program. When I run this program, it is asking for a number, please enter number 1. What I will do here? I will enter 100. Again it is asking for second number 200, 100 plus 200, we got 300, right. So this is called input function. Yes. So in this session we had discussed how to check the data type using type function, okay. Then type function. In this session we discussed how to check type function, and also we discussed typecasting and type conversion. Typecasting and type conversion. Okay. And here we discussed implicit and explicit, and also we discussed how to take input from the user by using input function. These three concepts we discussed. Okay. Right. One more thing is pending. In this Python data types. In Python data types, we have finished numeric, integer, complex number, floating point number. Then we also discussed what is this Boolean, and in sequence type, we have finished strings. Next session we discuss another sequence type called list, LIST. We will discuss list. Okay. Please, if you like this video, click on like button and share this channel to your friends. Okay. Bye. Thank you.